Hey Troglodytes, welcome back to another edition of Trogly's Guitars. This one is a 1980 Gibson The Paul. This is a very late The Paul, because it's around 80, late 80, early 81 that they switched to the Fire brand, which is essentially the exact same guitar except for instead of the gold Gibson logo, they actually took a Fire branding stamp and kind of burnt the Gibson logo into the headstock. So this is the first edition version, but a very late one. As you can see, it's got quite a few replaced parts. The only thing I can tell you that are original bridge and tailpiece, and the tuners, and obviously the body. This one belonged to a shred guy, and he had the Ebony Fretboard Scalloped. If you don't know what that is, that's basically where they take the wood and they kind of scoop it out like that. Now what that does for playability is it makes it so your finger doesn't drag on the wood, which makes vibrato a lot easier and your shred playing a lot easier. There's a lot of famous people that do this, such as Yngwie Malmsteen. He's a pretty quick player, so he does it to a bunch of vintage Strats, and a lot of people don't like him for that, but hey, to each his own. I know there's also a lot of people that just do it from about the 12th fret up, or maybe just the top 15. But this one has the entire fretboard scalloped. This is the second Gibson that has had this done that I've had. And to be honest, this one is very well done. The first one I had was it was a V2 Bahama Blue, and they scalloped the neck so much that they made the neck a little bit unstable, and they had to add some bars to it. But this one was done correctly. It's not super deep scalloping, so like if you're pressing down chords, they don't go out of tune as badly as they did on the other V2 that I had. So this one, it's a really unique playing experience. If you've never had a scalloped fretboard, I would definitely suggest you check this guy out, because it plays just like a normal guitar, except for vibrato is a lot easier. That's my opinion on the guitar. Yours might differ, but let's take a look here. You're missing the truss rod cover. It came to me without it. And you got some nice little dings, scratches on the headstock. And this is a all walnut guitar. Something to make note of is there is a chip, I guess it's on the other side here, a chip out of the headstock on the treble side. It's not too bad. It didn't break the headstock or anything, so we're lucky there. Got, pretty sure, a replaced nut there. Once again, the scalloped fretboard. You can still see some reminiscence of the fret inlays. And you still have the dots on the side of the neck on this side for you to know where you are on the fretboard if you still need those. But once again, scalloped fretboards are pretty cool. I think Gibson should just come out with some lightly scalloped ones. It's a little non-traditional, but cool. Onwards to the body, lots of little nicks and dings all around. This one's definitely been played. Kind of got a black and cream / gold theme going on. You can see that. This is actually just a cream ring that was painted black. So I'm sure you could either get that off or Sharpie that black too. I think what would be really cool is if you had a cream switch tip, kind of completes the theme. Or maybe you just want to put your own pickups in. I'm unsure of what these pickups are. They just say so treble and bridge, or neck and bridge. But they sound pretty good. I don't think they're high-end pickups by any means, but they sound fine to me. But you are missing 2 screws on each of them. Take a look at the back of the guitar here. It's in pretty good shape. Average players wear. See your serial number. Makes it a 1980, 109th day of the year. Got your original tuners, which are worth about $100, so you got that going for you. No repairs or anything to the headstock itself, just that little sliver missing on there. as we showed you before. And you've got the finish on the neck kind of naturally worn off. It's not completely off, but it's just in that wear phase. So it makes it a really smooth feel. It's a nice satin. It makes it really nice to play. Back of the guitar, you can see there's quite a few scratches and whatnot. And it looks like this thing's been rewired to kind of more of a 50s style, which is nice. Now, on both of these strap buttons, you have second holes made. You can see down here as well, there's a second hole. Now, what those are is there's a strap that comes with this guitar. It's kind of one of the early strap locks. I'll show you over here. And you basically take those strap pins out, then you put this over it, and then you tighten it down. I guess it kind of goes like this. And then that kind of secures it in place. And then you just kind of leave it on at all times. I just took it off. I mean, I'll leave that up to you if you want to do that. One thing I will say is that this doesn't quite go all the way in, so it's a little loose, but it should still work just fine. There's a better view at that second hole in the bottom. And you got some wear there as well. But overall, if you have ever had one of these Les Pauls, you know that they are fantastic guitars. Whenever somebody asks me, hey Austin, I'm looking for my first Les Paul, a Gibson, what should I get? I always suggest finding one of these guys. Sure, all original is great, but finding an all original example is getting increasingly hard and expensive. But when you can pick one of these guys up, around that $700, $800 range, it is a fantastic first instrument or just a first experience into a vintage Les Paul. Once again, you have the Roadrunner case over there that comes with this guitar. So feel free to contact me on my Facebook page if you think you might be interested in this guitar. Facebook.com/Troglys, Troglys. You can also check us out on Reverb, and don't forget to subscribe to see every guitar that I have for sale as it comes for sale. We'll catch you next time. Bye.